There were times when I just stepped outside to take out the trash. Times when I just went to the store 5 minutes away. And times I just walked out to go to school. The last things I remember hearing was, "Don't forget jacket." That was my grandma when she was still alive. The thing is, I was never cold. I played in the rain. I waited for my rides in the rain. I even told myself I was enjoying it. But why would there be a different opinion or even different responses to the cold? My grandma was always wearing jackets, even around 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and even sometimes up till 90 degrees Fahrenheit. We could argue that it's a gender difference or an age gap or any sort of insert biological reason here. But the fact of the matter is, I left the house more than she did. I went to more places and different environments than she did. I had to force myself to adapt more than she did. You know, at a certain point of cold and a certain point of hot, you just stop feeling it. Now, to stay in this both for extended periods of time is dangerous. In the heat, you'll get heat stroke at a certain point if you aren't hydrating and you're exposing yourself to the sun for too long. And you'll get frostbite if you stay in the cold for too long. But the fact of the matter is, the human body has been made to adapt to almost any situation that's on the planet. But the thing is, we usually tell ourselves that we can't. We give ourselves an excuse not to jump in the pool because it's too cold. We tell ourselves not to go outside to train because it's too cold or too hot. And maybe we even tell ourselves that we're too tired, it's too hot, or any sort of excuse that we can give ourselves to not go to the gym. But we can't blame the excuses. The excuses come from something that we just haven't taken time to understand. I put 2 teddy bears on a barbell, told you it was gonna weigh less than 20 pounds, told you it was gonna weigh less than 45 pounds in total, told you even you could probably lift it with one arm. Would you attempt it? In most cases, I think yes. Even a 3-foot tall 13-year-old who hasn't reached puberty would probably be able to lift that, no problem. But let's say that I told you that these teddy bears weigh as much as half of a car each, so you'd be lifting a car on this barbell. Would you even attempt to lift that ton? Probably not. But the thing is, most of the things we tell ourselves are not like these 2 extremes. They will rarely be the weight of just the barbell, and it will rarely be the weight exaggerated by one car. Humanity has constructed our own sort of world that has its own sort of expectations. And in this realm of humanity lies what we tell ourselves is impossible. What we tell ourselves only the gifted, talented, and powerful are able to do. It's like we've given up before we've even tried. It's like we've given up before we've even really realized what the challenge is. And here's the thing. Because we've done this, because we've created this concept in our mind that it's impossible, we don't even try. It's like it now becomes that 1-ton barbell with 2 teddy bears that weigh half a ton each. We put this expectation in our heads, telling ourselves, it's impossible, I can't do it. No one can do this. Only the special people on this planet can do this. But here's the thing. Those special people, those talented, gifted people were just like us. Everybody started the same way. We start from birth. Now don't get me wrong. Not everybody is built equally. Not everybody has the same genetics. You can't change that. But I can tell you what you can change. The actions we decide to do. The actions we take up and the choices that we take up determine what type of person we become. You may think it's impossible now, so just take a small step towards that. Think about the times when we jumped into pools. Think about the times when we were too scared to get on the bike. It wasn't that we were scared of the water. It wasn't that we were scared of the bike. We were scared of falling over. We were scared of staying cold. But as we continued to ride that bike, as we continued to stay in that pool, our body adapted to the coldness and created heat. Our body began to stabilize itself, and so we continued to pedal. But until we realize that nothing we are doing is impossible, but only the expectations that we have for ourselves are impossible. If every single insurmountable problem, challenge, goal, whatever we're going for, was truly impossible, why does life exist? But if we explain to the baby at birth that you will be living a lifespan longer than almost every species on this planet, that you will be doing something that no other species will be doing, and explain our entire life, goal, plans, blueprint, whatever you want to call it, do you think the baby would try to live it? Or do you think the baby would try to quit? Do you think the baby would just decide not to live, assuming the baby could even think the way we think? So if that's the case, maybe what you're looking at, this expectation, these expectations, when we run into certain things that we think are impossible, that we think are untouchable, that are unbreakable, they may be right now. They may be for the current person that we are. But if that's the case, forget about that. If you know you can't do that, then all we have to do is focus on the things that we can, and not to let those expectations stop us, to allow us to take the steps so that we do the impossible.